Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I see some familiar faces, and I see a couple new faces. Welcome in. Hope everybody's morning/day is going okay. So today we are playing Slay the Princess. Full disclosure, this is not the first time I've played this game. I played it when it came out, though I absolutely did not 100% it. But I felt like playing some visual novels for a change instead of flat-out horror games. So, here we are. Alrighty. Let's... You support women's rights and wrongs, Juice? Well, you're going to see a whole lot of those in this game. Just flat out. So let's go up to the top. Who've we got in here? So we've got first time person, off-brand offspring, welcome in. We've got MacGyver. Briar got first. Good on you, Briar. And then Juice got second. It's afternoon for MacGyver. Ugh, the day's already halfway over. That's the worst. Alright, let's see if this went still... excellent. Oh, you've seen a little bit of the game, Juice? Oh, Juice, this is, in my opinion, one of the best visual novels I've ever played. Just because it's so good. And also, it's voice acted mostly by Johnny Sims of Magnus Archives fame, and I'm a Magnus Archives boy. I love that shit. I re-listen to that podcast at least once a year. Alright. I've got chat up so I can talk to you guys. So let's get into this. So I'm just gonna start a new game. Just so we're on clean slate. And here we go.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, it's 1 p.m. for MacGyver. You are 3 hours ahead of me. It's, me and Juice, actually. It's almost 10:15 here. Alright, let's do some exploring.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more
Oh, that's
birds,
right.
no more
The
trees,
choices
and
aren't
perhaps
voice
most
acted. I have to
problematically
voice
of
act the
all,
choices.
no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do
Oh.
here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
I've only ever played this with a controller. I had no idea you could change the perspective a little bit. That's interesting. Okay. Brad. Hi, Brad. You did not need to resubscribe, but look at you. Alright, so, do you have any evidence to back this up? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Pretty focused on some tasks for work, so you're gonna drop and lurk? That is perfectly acceptable, Brad. Thank you for the lurk, and I hope work goes well for you. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Okay, so we're gonna go through as many of the explore options as we can before we pick an actual path.
Look, you're
Do you have
already
any
on the path that
evidence?
leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's
While
locked
I
up?
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Says you.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Interesting metaphor.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Tell us how you really feel. Game's a bit quiet. Okay, I can... Let me... bring myself down a little bit. And then... options? Is that a little better, Juice? Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Yeah, I guess that's right, considering you're only the narrator. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants
Excellent.
the world to
Thank you,
end.
Juice.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Do I get
Yes,
some sort
but
of
you
reward?
have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Right. sure it is.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Alright, so our options are, look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Or, okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin. Or, okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Or, oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Or we can silently continue to the cabin, or turn around and leave. I think for the first run through, we're going to actually slay the princess. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin. And you just heard the first of our head friends, I guess you could say.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table.
Yes, MacGyver, the princess is going to die. This time.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Did you notice how before we had an empty clawed hand for a cursor, and now the cursor has a blade in it? There, you can see it now. It changed the minute we picked up the knife. And that is one of the little details that makes this such a good game. Let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
And this is the only other voice we're gonna hear in the game.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay, so we've got a couple options. Hi. Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Or continue down the stairs. Let's just continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay, so here are our options. What? No way! Why would you even think that while I'm holding a knife? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. Nah. Nuh-uh. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Or steal your nerves and step forward. We can explore further options next go around, but this time, let's just see what happens if we go through with it.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Hi, Blondie. How's it going?
No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Ooh.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I'm doing pretty good, Blondie.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Alright. Got a couple explore options. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Alright. Let's slay the princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Oh.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
Nope.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure.
Look at her
the
hand.
pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is.
God, I love Johnny Sims.
Everything goes dark,
Such a good voice actor.
and you die.
Or did we?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Time loops, anybody?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her.
We have another voice.
She's just going to kill us again.
So we've gotten Hero and the Broken.
She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
No, we haven't. Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Stargate window of opportunity.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Dangerous assumption? How so?
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
The
do you think
world
the people
ended.
there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
He's got a point. Alright, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you
Oops.
didn't listen to
Sorry.
me. Don't talk.
Alright. She killed me last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again? If she killed you, it's probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her. Just go in, do your job, and save the world. All she did last time around was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
We're not. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Yeah,
I'm not being a
Broken.
pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person
I'm
capable of doing this.
special.
Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Sure.
I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Who cares if you think we're special? As far
Wow.
as I can tell, the only thing special about us is that we get to experience painfully dying all over again.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. The less you know about her, the better.
Alright, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
They told us we were all special growing up. And yeah, then we got the big FU from the world. Exactly. Alright. So this is the kill the princess run, so let's go try and kill the princess again.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Lying? Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
We do have to be quick with the stabby.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
No, you don't, Broken. Sorry. I've already decided our route.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
Oh?
The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the altar, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
He can't see it.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Who cares if there's a mirror? We're all going to die anyway. And I'm sure that if we looked in there, we'd just see something sad and miserable looking back at us. We don't need any reminders of what we are. It would only make things worse.
For the last time, you're not going to die unless you let it happen. And luckily for you, there isn't a mirror, so no one needs to worry about confronting a grisly visage any time in the near future. Though, for what it's worth, if there were a mirror, I'm sure that you wouldn't find anything sad or miserable in it looking back at you. You probably look perfectly normal.
We don't look perfectly normal.
Probably. Do you not know what we look like?
He knows. He just doesn't have the heart to tell us.
We're approaching that mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Again,
We should count ourselves
look
lucky.
at our hand.
Some things are better left unseen.
We are very much not normal. Alright. This whole cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Here we go. Gonna have to be quick with the stabby this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps
Even
almost
this
as
has
deep as you are
changed.
tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Oh,
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
right.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
No.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Shit.
It clatters uselessly to the floor.
But we didn't drop it.
We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
No.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's
Oh.
my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you couldn't even scratch me. And yet here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Okay. We'll try and remain silent, but I don't think it's going to work.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen? You're less broken than I thought.
Oh.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
Uh-oh.
No objections here. I don't know what she's
Got a
planning.
bad
and I
feeling
don't like
about
that we don't know what
this.
she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade. As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some
Uh-oh.
divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer.
We can't pick any of our options. We've got explore options and can't pick any of them.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. See? This isn't so bad.
This is going to
Okay,
end very
yeah.
badly.
We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway.
Oh. We've got no choice.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful seconds. But all silences are broken eventually.
Yep.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance. Take that knife in your hand and slit
Yeah.
your throat.
Yeah, I figured that's where we were going.
You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your nerves, step forward, and end this.
And this is our only choice, but I don't think it's going to be stabbing her.
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
We can't. Slay yourself, slay the princess. We cannot resist. This isn't gonna work out the way it says it will.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry.
Don't! As you take another step forward,
Yep.
the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back
Well.
out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
Oof.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose
She might
a
be
gentle end.
MacGyver.
You can choose
We
to
don't
leave
know.
that punctured vessel for the next.
We came here to slay the princess.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
God, I love the
Continue to
writing in
approach
this
the
game.
princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
She certainly
Influence
is
only goes
juice.
So far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Is she?
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor.
Very cunty
coppery
right now.
taste coating your throat.
Very cunty.
The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Ooh.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death. There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Well, that's the meaning, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, how thoughtful of her.
It's a mercy. Take it.
I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
Agreed.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
We'll do another run and do this, but this is the Slay the Princess run.
No.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you.
Oh, we're so
Candid into a
tiny.
decisive blow, stabbing
We
into the
are
soft flesh of
so
her ankle,
tiny.
severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh.
I love this game so much.
We
The
can
sound
do this,
design.
can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
No.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your
Oh,
chest.
MacGyver, I'm going to enjoy showing you the rest of this
Pulverizes you
game.
into the floor. The
I'm
ground
going to
itself breaking.
enjoy watching you come up with theories.
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this. The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine. She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something.
Is it, though?
I guess.
Did we?
Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The fury. Oh, what?
And at the end of the part... Okay, what the hell is that? I think he's upset.
Oh boy.
What's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
We have another voice. The stubborn.
You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was and ever will be.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
He did.
Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end
These
of that
don't look
path
like woods.
is if your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it? Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
It feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You'd better all listen to me when the time comes to make a choice.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got a say in things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
We died! If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Good. If we hit this point of no return you mentioned, then what happens?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
Will it? Will it? Okay, looks like we've got ads coming through in about 5 minutes. So when they start, gameplay is going to pause so that everybody can take a bit of a break and do some self-care, and then we'll resume once ads are over. We could turn around and just leave. And I have done that before in a run. It's funny, but that is not this run. No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through.
Good, we're all on the same page.
For now.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
Here we go.
The interior of the cabin is a place that
Whoa!
feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But
The
that is how it
art
was.
direction
Now
for this
there is a
game.
growth that has overtaken it.
Stunning.
A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls.
Gory.
And it congeals into chaotic streaks of
stunning.
writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's... How are we supposed to get to the basement? There's no door. There's just a mirror where the door used to be.
A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror.
Summon
Or
a
you're seeing
door.
things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
It has.
That's an
You.
unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Draw a door and knock 3 times. First, we're going to take the blade.
Take the blade from the pedestal. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it.
This is true.
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Also a point. We're gonna wipe it clean.
You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice,
yeah,
bellowing rage,
probably
roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
Oh, she
See how
angry.
you soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault.
Alright, looks like ads have started. Oh, ads started a while ago. Why didn't that show up in chat? Interesting. Alright, so that didn't show up in chat, so... Let's move the window over so I can see OBS a little bit in the background. Alright. Emily! Hi, Emily! If you guys can hear me. Excellent! Emily doesn't get ads and can hear me. Welcome in, Emily. How is your day going? Emily! Thank you! You gremlin! Extra no hats, Emily! Oh, you are such a gremlin, Emily. But everybody should be back from ads. Sorry about that, guys. It's supposed to pop up in chat when, It's supposed to pop up in chat when the ads actually start, but I think there may be something wrong with Mix It Up. So, I'll have to look into that at the end of after stream's over. So if anybody gets stuck in ads, just put ads in chat so that I know that they've started, and I will pause until we get back from ads. Because I don't want anybody missing any of the gameplay. No, I don't think it was. Actually, I'm not even sure what the Windows notification was. Let's see. No, it was my Throne account being like, hey, you should let people know that you have a Throne. Which, yeah, I have a Throne account.
She needs slaying.
But,
We've got the means to do it, so let's get a move on.
If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination.
Nate. Emily, one to MacGyver and one to Knave. Emily, you chaotic gremlin. I love you. Thank you. You did not need to do that. Hi, Blakey. You go ahead and lurk to do whatever you need to do. I appreciate that you are lurking. Hi, Kala. How's it going? Is your day going good, Kala? You've come into a good spot in the game. This is the end of this particular run. And, oh boy, it looks like it's gonna be interesting. Alright. Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood. A deep, sickly red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
Holy shit. I'd forgotten. Holy. So I've played this game before, but it's been like more than 2 years, and holy shit, I forgot just how hard the art for this game can go. Okay, chat went off. Kala just got out of a big exam, and then you've got another one, but you're taking some time to chill, to eat and chill. Good. Take care of yourself. Always, self-care is best care, as Quispy and all of our other friends say. Blakey, thank you for the pride biddies. Much appreciated. And yes, Emily, this game goes so fucking hard. Like, I bought this game sight unseen. I'd never heard of it just because Johnny Sims was the narrator, and then I lost like 3 days to this game when it first came out, and I was obsessed. Oh, this goes so hard. Okay. Just... You've got her heart exposed, where we drove it into her chest in the last go-around. And you can see, look, she's got little bone spur heels. And it's just... Oh... The art in this game. is just as big a contribution to why this game is so good as the voice acting.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
It is absolutely worth buying this game and playing it for yourself. Just flat out. Alright, let's go back
Do
to
you know what
Otto.
I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her binding.
Oh, that's hardcore.
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
God, just look at her. The horns and the crown and just the way she has changed from the innocent looking girl in the first part of the run to this. And they do this for every different version of her you can find. There are so many different designs for her. Oh, they're so good.
It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen. Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
This is the Slay the Princess run. We're gonna end the princess.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Your heart free of fear.
She's
You
so
charge
much
towards
bigger
the
than
princess,
us.
Your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
Just look at
It's
the
now or
design.
never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
Yep.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive.
Yeah.
Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out
Ooh.
for the count just yet.
Nope. No, we're not. You damn cheater! Give me my insights back! I killed you last time. I swear on everything that I'm going to find a way to kill you again. We're not gonna apologize. Yeah, this is no time for words. She dies.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
Please wind my intestines back into their
right.
original
She'll
condition.
never
This is
stop us.
unreasonable.
Still, you defy your god. I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again.
You swing for her heart. What's left of you explodes. So that's it. It's over.
It's just
like
over.
that.
Like
Of
that.
course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No! It's not
Oh,
over.
thank you,
We're a god
MacGyver.
killer. We've
That's
returned
sweet of
from
you.
death itself twice.
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference?
It has been over since we
From many
started the
perspectives,
path
there
to the
isn't one,
cabin,
but
Emily.
functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room, yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in, incapable of movement but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
God. That line. You are preserved perfectly in the amber of her torment. The writing in this game is immaculate. This game can get so intense, but in the most cathartic way possible. Yeah, MacGyver, this is Slay the Princess. And I don't know if it's on sale from Steam right now, but it does go on sale pretty regularly. And if you'd like to play this yourself, you can play this even after watching someone else play it, because no matter how many times you go into this game, you can find new endings. I spent 3 days just shut in playing this game. I've only got like a third of the various endings. There are so many endings to this game. Yeah, you'll either forget the details like I have, or you'll find so many things that a streamer didn't get to that every run is still going to be completely new. And yeah, the game voices are fantastic. If you enjoy the narrator's voice, and you enjoy horror, I would definitely recommend checking out the Magnus Archives podcast, because he's the majority voice of that podcast, and while it's not exactly the same, it is the same sort of vibe as the game. And it can get really creepy, but it's so good. Oh, Emily went through every ending and remembers nothing. Yeah, that's basically this game. There are so many endings, you can't remember them all.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
How are we supposed to lose this one? I can't do anything right now. She's not letting me. She's going to get worse. She gets worse every time we get to a new cabin.
Who said anything about getting to a new cabin? No, we make something new here.
Oh?
It won't matter if you do. She'll just pull us apart again.
And preferably, we make something without him.
Agreed. How are we supposed to lose this one?
I don't know. You're the one who makes things happen, so make it happen.
Shed this vessel, or the next.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
But you do die. There's a great release as you loose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. And yet, you are still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess?
Look at her. You can see a little better now. The bone spur high heels. And the way she's shedding her skin. It's just so good, the art direction in this game.
This place is different. Rotten. Death all
We've got a
around us.
new
I want to go
voice.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The princess tilts her head to look at you and with a gesture.
Ooh, a hydrate.
Are unwound.
She unwound us again. Hydrating from MacGyver. Nom 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 nom. I've got some blackberry lemonade fizzy water, and it's so good.
Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
Maybe. Maybe not.
You know what to do. Again.
Oh yes, MacGyver! One of us! One of us! It is absolutely worth it. Die again. Again, you relinquish your body. And again you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
Your Honor,
She's gorgeous.
Another
Absolutely
voice.
divine.
So we've seen hero, broken, stubborn, hunted, and smitten.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
and what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Yes, please.
Right. You charge towards the princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again. No, I don't think I ever got this ending the
Again.
last time. But I don't know, it's been so long. And again. You let yourself go, and you are living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
The cheated. And just to be clear, every one of these voices is still Johnny Sims, the narrator. That's how he is doing every single one of the voices that isn't her. And that's just, it blows my mind.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
And the way you can see the ribs poking out at the back of the dress. Like the ribs are supposed to be a sort of corset. Oh, it's so good.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
He's just got the range, Israel. He's just got the range. Yeah, Emily, the sound effects and the art, and this game is definitely one of my top 10 best games.
No.
Again.
Again. You have no body. You exist. You are reborn.
Your Honor,
No time. You narrate now.
yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you.
The pins. Shh. They're not ribs, they're pins holding her flesh in place. Oh my god. The details you notice if you just look at the drawings.
We might actually do it this time.
We're not gonna do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
And another new voice.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
It doesn't. You are disintegrated. Everything goes wrong.
But there is no you to die.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
That feels right.
It does.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
A very good point, Stubborn.
Because we always have been.
Oh?
If we're nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be.
End this. Whoa. A force races towards the princess's exposed heart. Threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find. You can't exist.
The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
Wait, look. Look at the cursor. They blacked out the hand with the knife. Oh my god. So many little details. The details in this game. They are immaculate, Emily. Oh my god.
She sounds genuine.
I don't believe her.
They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
And there's the original voice. And the hands. Oh, hey! I've definitely not gotten that ending before. That was an ending achievement. Hold on, what was that achievement? What did that say? Quantum break. Find the means to triumph over an angel scorned. Oh. You do not get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
We're back to our clawed hand. The narrator is gone.
He is. Does that mean the world ended? He was never going to outlast us.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
I don't know where she went. And I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing.
It's like it's mocking us.
Don't bother looking for her. I'm sure it's just a waste of time.
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Screw the
have
mirror.
to.
We just need to find the princess.
Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
We do. So we'll approach.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
We have to. The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror and gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Oh, I'm a bit of the opposite MacGyver. I don't really enjoy horror movies and TV shows, but anything horror as a video game, I can't get enough of. Horror has basically been everything that's been on my channel for the last 3 months. To the point where I'm not sure I can call myself a variety streamer anymore.